let's play some more Dicey Dungeons and take a drink. There we go. Let's play some more Dicey Dungeon, and let's play as the Inventor, who I hear is a pain in the ass. Just gonna skip through all this. I wish there was an auto skip button, to be perfectly honest with you. Can I press escape? No. I don't see the point of these necessarily. Jokes!
Oh, no.
Yeah. Anyways, robot. I hear the robot is a pain in the butt, but I don't really understand why, because I've never played as this guy before. Let's go. There seems to be a lot of equipment. Let's go to Robobot. Let's get some equipment. What do you do? Current gadget heat ray. Burn all dice. Does this mean my dice as well? We have a spanner, which combines dice. A pea shooter, which does damage repeatedly, but we have a 6. We should probably just put it in the hammer. Burn all dice. I guess it burns all enemy dice, not my dice. It would be very silly if it burned all my dice, but it says all dice. It doesn't say burn all enemy dice. So, you know, here's thinking that it's probably gonna burn my dice, but I don't know. So you win. Victory. You throw away your boring old gadget, the one that burned all dice. You are inspired to create a new gadget. Choose an item to destroy for parts. Ew. So we have to get rid of equipment to create a new gadget. And I don't see a way of skipping this either. So I think we should get rid of pea shooter. It seems kind of garbage. And then you get more equipment. And then probably after every combat you have to do that. I understand now. Crossbow. I've never seen that before. Alright. Crossbow. Do 9 damage for 12 die. You know, we only have 2 dice right now, so I think a spanner still is probably better, because the spanner can be used to get to a 6 for hammer, and then we can just dump the extra dice into sword. So let's keep it like it is right now. But crossbow, that seems interesting. EDU, you have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. So, 5 and a 4, we should be able to combine the dice. Turns into a 6 and a 3. We'll use the P gun. Do damage, do damage. You're almost dead already. It seems like a pretty strong character, honestly, because you have a gadget guaranteed every combat, and the gadget seems to just be incredible. Like, it's a benefit you get every turn guaranteed. It seems great. And the sword turns into a plasma gun, which does 5 damage. The hammer shocks equipment, and the spanner combines all dice. I'd actually rather combine dice that I want to combine, so I'm just gonna get plasma gun. I like having the hammer with the spanner because it means you can shock every turn. Get spark, which burns 1 dice. 1 enemy dice, I think. Okay. And we have 3 dice, so we can actually make this equipment work. Interesting. Buy all the equipment you can afford. Yeah, it definitely feels like you need all the equipment you can get, because every... What is this? Focus. All dice become 6. Well, you know. You can do that with a crossbow. It definitely feels like you need to get as much equipment as possible so that you can just get rid of the bad equipment and keep the good equipment that you want in order to, you know, be stronger. You know, like if we upgrade the hammer, we don't want to turn the hammer into a gadget. So get rid of the spark. That's our junk equipment. We'll take leather armor, and we'll take keyblade. Do 3 damage, return the dice. That seems incredible. So we're gonna do it like this so we can dump leather armor next combat, and we'll keep crossbow. Maybe we can use crossbow before a boss fight. Or actually, the boss fight. There's only 1 boss fight in this game. And then if we use the crossbow before it, we can get a really good gadget for the boss fight, I think. So do damage and return the dice. Well, return a 3. Use a 3. Use the 3s. get a 6, use a 6. Did I not blowtorch him? I don't think I blowtorched him. Should have. Yeah, you're a pirate, I get it. Maybe I did blowtorch him. No, I don't think I did on the last turn. That was silly. So I will focus up. Combine, get a 6, then reduce incoming damage from each attack. It's not armor, it's reduce all damage by 1. So these will only do 1 damage each. And that's only gonna do 2. That seems pretty good. I'm just going to kill you. Level up. Hammer, Spanner, Keyblade. I really wanted to save the Keyblade. I guess it chooses 3 equipment at random, so if you have more than 3 equipment, you might have to get rid of something good. Ooh, okay, well, we'll dump the Keyblade and choose a reward. Doubles dice value. Flamethrower does a bunch of damage once per battle. It's small and it's good damage, so I'll take it. I don't really feel like duplicating dice is necessarily going to be that important. Or, sorry, not duplicating dice, but increasing the value of a single die, when it seems like we can just Spanner, get a 6, and then get good value from the 6. So we'll upgrade. We will upgrade the crossbow's good, but... Oh, the hammer being smaller, definitely. But if we have more equipment, then we might have to get rid of the hammer at some point. Flamethrower becomes bigger and accepts 4 dice, but we only have 3 dice right now with the 3 that we have. So I think we just want to make the hammer smaller. Sorry, hammer, smaller. Combine dice 3 uses this turn. That seems unusual. Yeah, let's upgrade the hammer. Then we can put on the crossbow. If we get rid of the crossbow, you know, from the event option, whatever, we get rid of the crossbow. But now we have, you know, another thing to dump dice into. So all dice become 6s. I think I'm gonna do that because this is a horrible roll. We'll roll an extra dice. Should have done that first. We'll flamethrower. Dealt 12 damage, burn 2 dice, can only be used once. Then we'll do damage and shock. Then we will honestly probably just prime the crossbow. We don't have the flamethrower anymore, so we should do that. Okay. I have 2 things that are shocked. That's pretty bad. Luckily, we can get an extra dice, though. So the 6 goes here. If we combine the 5 and the 2, we can get a 1. And we can do 9 damage. Okay. Stupendous! Yeah, well, I knocked your socks off. Crossbow, hammer, or spanner? God damn it. Well, we can turn the crossbow into a plasma gun, which is kind of what I wanted to do for, like, the final boss fight. And spanner is really good for the hammer, meaning we can roll 6s more easily to get the shock value. I'm tempted to just dump the spanner and then later dumping the crossbow in order to get the plasma gun for the boss fight. So we'll dump spanner, even though this makes shock a little bit worse. And honestly, I'm tempted to also dump the crossbow so we don't have the option of getting rid of it, because I want to get rid of leather armor. Alonzo the, hey, thank you for the resub. How you doing? Love this game, love your stream. Well, thank you very much. I wish I could buy scrap metal to get rid of it, because I understand now that why you would do that. You want to have extra equipment that might get selected for disposal. Electromagnet, do 4 damage Adds +2 each use. Okay, we're gonna keep the crossbow in our back pocket for turning into a plasma cannon. Let's take the electromagnet and see how this works. Let's also go to the shop. Dagger, healing crystal, keyblade. I think I'm also gonna buy the dagger to have another piece of equipment that might get selected, and then we'll move on. Strong against poison, yeah. So give me a combined dice. We'll put the 6 into the hammer, and we'll charge the electromagnet. We're gonna be very poisoned very quickly, I think. Man, I don't really want to combine all dice, because we'll only get a 6 and a, 2? I think I'd rather just electromagnet. That's 4 damage. Then we'll get a 5, and we'll just hit you for 5. And next turn, if we take a little bit more damage, we should get focus. Yeah, we'll definitely get focus. Which means we can roll all 6s, baby. Then, let's use Flamethrower, hit him for 6, shock him. He only has to take 1 damage, which means he can only use 2 dice, but he is still going to give us double poison. Yep. So we're gonna take a little bit more damage, but then we'll kill him. This is a bit of an annoying fight. Flamethrower turns into a blowtorch, dagger turns into steel, borrow equipment, and leather armor turns into protection, reduce damage by 1. Give me leather armor. I've never played that yet, so I'm probably not going to. Scrap metal. Seems nice because you can just dump it. I would like to upgrade. I think upgrading is important. And we actually have plenty of equipment now, so I don't think we need to spend money buying scrap metal or anything. Okay, this is fine. Might as well. What do you do? Blind and do damage. 2 uses this turn. Seems nice. Okay. This seems like a pretty good turn, honestly, to Flamethrower, but I also kind of feel like getting the electromagnet charged. And then next turn, if we get a bad roll for electromagnet, we can dump it into Flamethrower just to dump the die and burn. Oh, always offered as scrap. I get it. This will always be one of the 3 choices to dump. I understand now. I see why scrap metal is good, because then you know that you're gonna get or you're gonna be able to get rid of it. Let's say. Gotcha. So, this is a kill. What is this dice? It's a 4. Leveled up. +3 shield for scrap metal is pretty good, but electromagnet is kind of what I wanted to dump, really. So we'll dump electromagnet, we'll get an extra dice, and we'll keep scrap metal exactly where it is, and we'll dump it if we don't get the option of dumping. Every time you close the menu, it just swaps things around. If we don't get the option of dumping like the dagger, we'll just dump scrap metal. Okay, I like it. We get bump. I don't think I can actually afford the upgrade, now that I think about it. We haven't done it yet, have we? No, we can get the upgrade in 1 more combat. So let's do 1 more combat. Against a vacuum cleaner. Roll an extra die. Why not? We can definitely crossbow, and then we could also flamethrower if we want. Having the crossbow is nice because we have something to dump die into, but I'm also thinking, what if we just hammer you? Then flamethrower. Then just give me the dagger. I think it's actually probably better value than crossbow because it's 1-to-1, while crossbow is less than 1-to-1 because it's 12 die for 9 damage, right? Wow, you still roll the 6, you son of a gun. Get a limit break. Which I'm just gonna use to simplify this turn. 6, 6, 6. And then we'll probably get rid of scrap metal. No, we had the option of getting rid of dagger, we're gonna get rid of dagger. Scrap metal is kind of like my emergency. I don't want to get rid of anything else. So now we'll upgrade. Crossbow is better. Kind of like flamethrower, but I don't imagine I would really want to keep that for too long on a tough fight. But I guess we're gonna get rid of crossbow for the to turn it into a plasma cannon, right? 5 damage every turn. We're gonna do that before the boss fight. So maybe we should upgrade flamethrower so we have something to dump die into, even though we only really get 1 use out of it. I mean, it's either that or we upgrade scrap metal. So I'll upgrade flamethrower. I don't like it, but don't go to the shop, you idiot. I don't like it, but we'll do it anyways. And then we'll go to the next floor, and man, we're actually still 2 floors away from the end. Seems a little scary. Actually, if I do this, I have to dump crossbows. Let's actually have flamethrower bump. And ideally we'll dump bump or scrap metal? I don't know. It seems like I'm being too finicky with it, which I might be. And I hate this floor because it's 3 combats, but I only get 2 equipment, I'm realizing. Claw. Add poison. Well, considering you're strong against poison, I don't think I'm going to do that. I think instead I'm going to do this. And you decided to use all of your dice. Well, I think you're a bit of a fool, Direwolf. At least we can steal after we use that flamethrower, for the time being, that is. Watch this. Bump the 6. Get a 1. Curse the enemy. Scrap metal. Thanks, curse. We did get the curse, right? Feel like we did. Didn't seem to do anything. At least you're dead, dog. He's a dead dog. Well, I guess you get rid of scrap metal here and you say, thank you for saving my flamethrower. But then we have to get rid of 2 more pieces of equipment on the floor. So let's see what we've got. Counterfeit and Whisper. Weaken 1 equipment. I think we're gonna get rid of Counterfeit or Whisper. And one of these will be guaranteed to be selectable, so let's do it like this. I want to fight you to get access to the heals. Although, are we even leveling up on this floor? I don't frickin' know. Duplicate a die. 6, 6, 6, 3, 2. It's the flamethrower is pretty good damage, but it's very all or nothing, right? Really only get 1 good turn of value from it. He is dead on the next turn if we, get a 3 or more. Hate that. That's why I wanted access to the heal. Did we heal up? No, we'll heal up after the next combat, so we're definitely gonna get the apples. Counterfeit, duplicate a die, whisper, weaken equipment. I'm gonna duplicate all dice. That seems completely unnecessary, so let's get rid of counterfeit right now. Like, why? We only can use the hammer like once. And then we don't need it anymore, so we're gonna keep the crossbow there, we're gonna keep the bump there. Heal up, fight Wicker Man, we'll heal up to full. We'll have to dump whatever that equipment is that I just added on. Whisper. Duplicate all dice. I mean, that seems extremely powerful if we could reuse the flamethrower, but maybe if we had a, like a cookie, then we could duplicate dice, use the cookie, get double damage out of the hammer or something, I don't know. 6, 5, 5, 6, 5. Wow, we killed him in one turn. That's a pretty strong combo. And we'll dump with Mega Bump, +1 to all dice. It seems awesome. We use Theremin. Copy equipment. Yes. We're gonna get another flamethrower. No, nah. We've got to do another flamethrower, right? That's too good to pass up. Because if we accidentally get rid of one, we can just get rid of the other one. And then maybe we can walk into the boss fight with 2 flamethrowers? I don't know, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think here. There's a shop, there's more equipment. Let's make sure we can bounce if we have to. Let's fight Snowman first. Theremin, do 3 damage. Honestly. Now here's what you do. You focus, you bump a 6, and then you can play hammer. I'm so surprised that we're killing him, but I guess he's weak to fire, isn't he? So we want to get rid of bump. And then we want to get equipment. I don't have equipment! I am a fool! We have to get rid of either flamethrower or crossbow now. Or hammer, which is probably not smart. Well, I've definitely mismanaged this a little, but I guess we had to get rid of equipment anyways going along this path. We have to fight Banshee, I think. And we have to fight Banshee in order to be able to get more equipment, so we are going to have to dump a flamethrower, unfortunately. Yeah. I handled this poorly. I didn't think about it at all. So give me a bump. We'll do a 6. And then we'll dump these here. Do a bunch of damage. We'll do the other flamethrower next turn. We'll have to get rid of a flamethrower, but that's okay. We can still get the crossbow. Make sure that we dump that before the last fight on the floor. Ah, that's not worth it. And then if we dump the crossbow before the last fight on the floor, we'll at least have the super plasma cannon on the next combat. But we're going to take a lot of damage here. Good lord! You do an absurd amount of damage. Luckily, I can kill you. I almost can't. Alright, dump a flamethrower, get a blowtorch. Now we have to buy equipment, I think. We have to buy equipment just so that we have equipment to dump. Like, we want to dump Boomerang on the next fight, I think. I don't even know what to upgrade. Maybe we should just, like, keep fighting enemies in order to get new equipment that we can dump and just hope that we don't die, because dying would definitely suck right about now. You do a lot of damage. Combine dice. Well, make everything a 6. Then I think you just do this. Because it's guaranteed damage, and he's gonna play his dice because of, even though he's got the burns. So we're gonna take 8. And we can't kill him unless we boomerang. I would boomerang to kill him, I think. But let's make sure we do it with the least amount of damage to ourselves as possible. If we play a 6 and then put a 2 in the boomerang, we kill him. So we'll do it like this. We actually... Oh, there it happened. I was gonna say, we didn't hurt ourselves. No, you hurt yourself. So, get rid of Spanner. Get more equipment. Ray gun. Minimum 3, do 3 damage, 3 uses this turn. Interesting. How does this upgrade? This upgrades to a 4 uses this turn. Boomerang only does 3 damage to you. I still would rather not boomerang. But unfortunately, this is also where we have to consider crossbow. We want to get the plasma cannon, but maybe we'd honestly rather dump boomerang, because the crossbow is something that we can use in the next combat, but the boomerang really isn't. It's not something I want to use against a boss fight. So, like, what if we dump ray gun? We guaranteed get rid of boomerang. If we live, and then we have ray gun crossbow. You know? Let's just hope it selects boomerang. I don't want to walk into the fight without full equipment. This guy's tough. He can do a lot of damage, I think. So, do we combine? We'll get a 6 and like a 5. It seems horrible, but let's do it anyways. I wanted the 6 though. Okay, we took 8 damage. We have focus. Definitely going to use this and make sure we burn all of his dice. We're probably going to have to live through 2 more turns, but luckily we do have the... I'm going to take 10. I hate the music. Luckily we did a decent amount of damage on that turn. I only want to do this if it's a KO. Oh, thank God. I didn't even run the math. Now get rid of the boomerang, please. Oh, thank you. Fury, double your next action. It's actually incredible. We can Fury the flamethrower. Also, we definitely should have gone this path first because you get the extra equipment that you don't necessarily need. Right. That was stupid. Hookshot. Next equipment has +1 use this turn, so we can hookshot double hammer or something. I think I'd rather prefer the ray gun because we need to dump dice after we play hammer, I think. Although we could upgrade it. Let's see what the upgrade for this stuff is. Even. Next equipment has +1 use this turn. You know what? Let's do it. Instead of the ray gun, we'll just double up on hammer. And if we roll 6s, we can do a lot of shocking. And we still have the crossbow that we can dump dice into, I suppose. Okay, this seems very interesting and very weird, but somehow we lived. And we're fighting Beatrice yet again. This is the only boss we fight. Oh, it's another dice. Adorable. Which one are you? Don't tell me. I'm not going to remember. Honestly, I'm only asking to be polite. You fucking bitch. So, double next action. And next equipment has +1 use. I don't think that works on the flamethrower, but it would be fun if it did. I think what we want to do is wait till we have focus into flamethrower. On this turn, I think I just want a crossbow and then hammer. So, double next damage, we want a double crossbow. 12 is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can just put the 2 into the hammer. Then, Fury. Pretty decent. And then if we get a good roll or we get focus, oh, we're gonna lose dice! Well, we're gonna lose dice if Flamethrower is shocked. Hopefully it's not. It is. You know, we can use the dice to unlock it, which I think we should do. Turn all dice into 6s, Fury, Flamethrower, times 2. That's 48 damage plus 8 burns. Beatrice can't even play her dice. Otherwise she dies. That was insane. And now you're dead. Beatrice, you got burned! You bee? I want to have a complete understanding of everything in the universe. Ah, don't we all? Right, let's spin the wheel! And we died. Out of luck. Hey, that was fun! Inventor, really weird character. You definitely want to have a lot of excess equipment on hand, and scrap metal. I understand the value of scrap metal now. It's guaranteed to be selected for munching, turning it into a gadget, so you should always have it on you if you have equipment that you don't want to get rid of. I think. Maybe. And it's not a bad gadget to get, plus 3 armor. It's not as good as Fury. That was really good. What did we get rid of for that? Boomerang? Boomerang! Turns out. Good on the Inventor, because you can turn it into a double action, which did 48 damage and 8 burn against Beatrice. Anyways, good run, and next time we'll play as the Witch.